Ho, ho, ho. Season greetings, everybody. I hope you're having a good holiday season. I'm going to try
That's a nice screen, Denny. I hadn't saw that.
All right. Well,
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and all that good stuff, whatever you prefer, okay? It's good to see y'all tonight. Hope you're looking forward to a little tree talk tonight because we got some tree talk for you.
Yep. What we can talk. I'm getting a little better. Denny's still pretty sick.
Yes, I'm 3 days into the worst part of a flu cold or something. It's the worst I've had in a long time. And we really considered not doing the live stream again this week, but we felt like we needed to, especially with all the talk we've had about trail trees and stuff this week. I really wanted to get something going on, but we'll save that for later. First of all, have you anything interesting this week, Rick, that you've thought about, or anything that you want to bring up before we get started on what we prepared for tonight?
No, I'm pretty much a blank. Like I say, I'm getting over that. Yeah. And I hadn't hardly stuck my head out of the house for about 2 weeks.
Well, if you're from Izard County, you'll know that it's
everybody's sick.
It's pretty rampant in the county. And I read online yesterday, the day before. I tell you, the last few days have just kind of run together for me because it's just been kind of a fog. I'm still just in kind of a fog, but I'm always in kind of a fog, I guess. But anyway, yeah, it's pretty bad thing. I'll tell you what, tonight we're not going to go very long. We're going to try to keep things short and sweet for you, and we'll get into more detail about things we'll talk about later on. Of course, we're going to have the Tree Talk segments regular, and we're going to introduce another segment that we want to do from time to time. It's an important one too, and we'll just go ahead and talk about that right now. We'll just get right into it. This new segment we want to start doing is a segment called Meeting the Ancestors, and what it'll be is we'll just be spending some time talking about Izard County cemeteries and things like that. They're important. Cemeteries are important because really, I don't know if you've ever if you ever had an interest in history, especially local history, family history, things like that. Getting out to the cemeteries and actually meeting the ancestors where they lay. Learning their names, going home and doing a little research on them. Man, it's one of the most rewarding things you'll do. Just learning about your ancestors, and you'll come across family connections that you've never seen before, and it's just a wonderful thing to do.
Amazing pioneers,
right? And if you've on our blog, Exploring Izard County, that's exploreizard.blogspot.com. If you know anything about that blog, we have several cemeteries that we've documented over the years. Don't have them all. Learned about locations of a couple just this week. We're getting ready to talk about. But we just thought we'd start this segment now because if you've been on the Facebook page this week, you'll know that we've been talking a little bit about what Jeff Moser the last couple weeks actually. We haven't talked about it because we weren't here last week, but we did mention a couple of weeks ago, our last live stream, something about it. But Jeff Moser and the Izard County, his crew, have since May. He told me yesterday or the day before. Told me that since May, that's what their crew has been doing. The community service people and everything. Yep. They've been going around to all the different cemeteries, especially the small ones that are tucked back into the woods and are, no one has been taken care of. They've been going in there and clearing them and really doing some wonderful stuff. And we'll just jump around this and go look at the pictures that Jeff had put up on his page, and he graciously allowed me to share. Yeah, this is the most recent one I guess they've done. It's the Polk Mountain Cemetery, very important cemetery. We talked a little bit about it. Important in that it is a cemetery that served the African American community of Polk Mountain. If you don't know anything about the history of Polk Mountain was so named after the Perrin family freed slave. When he was freed, he was deeded the property that has it originally called Summer Great Mountain. It was renamed to Polk Mountain, and then it was someone attempted to rename it again and call it a Sutterfield Mountain or something like that. Early in the 20th century, and the county rose up and fought that and did not want to let that name be changed because Polk Ripley was such a beloved member of the community, of the Izard County community, that they wanted to keep that name on the mountain to honor him. And that area served. There was a African American community of freed slaves and their ancestors that were there for a generation or two. And as you know, the black population in the county slowly eroded away for reasons that we could probably have discussions on and debates about that as well. But it's an important thing. These folks were important members of the community who helped build this county and helped make it become what it became, and we need to honor them. I think it's important that we honor them. And later on, we plan on doing some things with another African American community, African community over at Sweet Home. Of course, consisted a lot of the Watkins family slaves. We're gonna do some things with that here later on after the first of the year. But anyway, yeah, we're just gonna go and look at these pictures, some of these pictures here that they sent us of the work they've done here at Polk Mountain. If you don't know where Polk Mountain Cemetery is, Rick, do you know where it is, Rick?
Polk Mountain.
Yeah, it's at the foot of Polk Mountain, just as you start kind of ascending the saddle there, Polk Mountain along Highway 9. You can see Highway 9 there in the background. Just before you start ascending Polk Mountain, just 3 miles or so before Sycamore, maybe 3 or 4 miles. Maybe not that far.
I've never really thought about it.
Yeah, it's something like that. But you'll know it'll be on the left on Highway 9, headed towards Sycamore from Melbourne, headed south on 9. And it'll be after you come off of the mountainside that where you can see the White River Valley down to your right. It'll be on the left as you go around those curves and start up that big hill that is so prominent in that area. But you see here, man, they've really cleared out. I mean, this was thick. This was thick. You couldn't tell there was anything in there. You could see through the trees. I remember several years ago being able to see those metal signs with the names of some of the folks that are buried there. I'm gonna go back through here and look at those for a minute. Be interesting to. Oh, I guess I better. I went a little bit too far. Well, I thought there was some actual pictures of close-up pictures of some of those names. Maybe I just didn't go far enough. But anyway, while they were doing the Polk Mountain Cemetery, they came across 2 really fascinating old hand-dug wells. Both, one of them still holding water. This one here, I think, is holding water now. But really interesting stuff, man. And there's no way we can prove it because we haven't done the research or anything right now. But there's a better than average chance that this was one of the homes that served one of the homes of one of those folks in that community. Really cool stuff. Here's another one here. Amazing. Yeah, maybe we will get to these. Here we go. Yeah, Albert Bishop, 1868 to 1930. Mary Bishop, 1922, that must have been a baby girl. I'm not sure what that first one is there, but Lucine Bishop. Is that 1927? Oh, that's an infant. Maybe died in birth. Same thing here. Wow. Amazing. But anyway, we so much appreciate what these guys are doing. It's just really cool that that's what they've chosen to do. He told me yesterday also that when they run out of cemeteries to do, they'll be going back to doing the roadsides and everything like they usually do. But they want to take this time to get some of this stuff done. And I also talked to him about maybe as a flash excursion. I haven't even discussed this with you yet, Rick, but I did discuss with. I suggested that we might be able to help them out because he told me that they have very limited funding from the county for this. Jeff has told me that he has used money out of his pocket. They've got some money from some community members that have helped them out. They've got to have chainsaw chains, chainsaw blades, chains. They have to have work done, and they just have a lot of fuel. Right. There's just a lot of costs involved in doing this. So I told him that we would put our heads together and come
And
up
if
and do a
anybody
flash
wants to
excursion.
donate to that right now,
Right.
you
I
can
don't have the address that you can get in contact with him, but you can look him up. Jeff Moser.
you can get it. Go down to the Ithaca County Sheriff's Office.
Right. They'll
make
know
your
exactly.
donation.
Right. They'll take it, I'm sure. Or if they won't take it, they'll tell you where to. Right. So yeah, if you want to do that, if you want to help them out, please do. But we're going to try to do a flash excursion and ask people who go along to help out on that too, and try to raise a little bit of money to help them get some things done. He told me that there's they're needing a new saw, and there's about $1,400 worth of stuff that they're needing that they can't get right now. So, but anyway, it's a worthy thing to support. So we are going to support that. All right. Anyway, yeah. So we'll just go ahead and look at this Polk Ripley bio here. I'll go ahead and read this. This is from Arkansas Gravestones, the Polk Mountain Cemetery here too. You've probably read this. I know I've linked it on the blog, and I've also linked it on the Facebook page several times and shared it on the Facebook page. This is from the Melbourne Times, August 5th, 1932. Also, I guess it was reprinted August 19th, 1932. But you can see up there in the upper right a picture of Polk Ripley in front of a cabin. Maybe the cabin that stood there where those cisterns or wells were.
And maybe he's sitting on the cistern.
Who knows? That might be the cover for the well right there. Anyway, Polk Ripley. Polk Mountain is located on number 9, 3 miles east of Sycamore. So I was right. It was originally called Summer Grape Mountain, and later the name was changed to honor Polk Ripley. Polk Ripley was a slave owned by the Perrin family of Mount Olive. The Perrin family, the Franklin Perrin family is who they're talking about. And they're the ones that lived on the old Daniel Jeffrey place there.
That's right.
They're down on Perrin Bottoms, right there where Jane Mason Jeffrey is buried. That's right. Anyway, he was 21 years old when the Civil War ended, and he was freed in 1932. The Great Mountain Farmers Association voted to change the name of the mountain to Sutterfield in honor of C.B. Barry Sutterfield, who homesteaded on the mountain about 1912. After the notice of the proposed name change appeared in the Melbourne Times, many people wrote to the editor protesting the change. A.C. Jeffrey, there's A.S. Jeffrey written there, but maybe it was A.S. Jeffrey. A.S. Jeffrey wrote the following: I grew to manhood under the shadow of this noble landmark. I knew when Polk Ripley braved the wilds, as no one that would be A.C. Jeffrey then. So that's a little typo, I guess. I knew when Polk Ripley braved the wilds as no one else would do to carve out a home on this mountain. I knew Polk from my earliest recollection, and though he was black of skin, he was honest, industrious, and faithful, and his name was given to this mountain by right of conquest. Maybe it was A.S. Jeffrey. I'm trying to think of who A.S. Jeffrey was. Elveda, if you're watching, tell us who A.S. Jeffrey is, or any of you Jeffrey family folks, okay? But anyway, yeah, an important figure in Izard County history. A beloved character who tamed a wild, wild mountain. Boy, it's rough country back up in there in that mountain. High ground. But anyway, yeah. So it's a great thing that Jeff Moser, Coon-Dog, and the Cemetery boys are doing for sure. But that gives us a good segue into our Tree Talk segment. It's Tree Talk time because we've also, the last several weeks, we've been intending to go down. I talked to Jeff probably, I guess it was probably back in the spring, I guess, maybe early summer. I talked to Jeff, and he was telling me about a tree he has on his place. And his place, of course, lies right along the old Wideman Road, not the Wideman Road that goes to the town we know as Wideman today, or where the Wideman schoolhouse from the last road trip and everything. Not that Wideman. Boswell was originally called Wideman because it lies along Wideman Creek. And the old Wideman Road travels a long way along Wideman Creek. So therefore, the old Wideman Road. But basically, what consists of now is it's called Boyce Road or Boyce Lane now or something. There where Dutton Road is, just near the lookout, and goes back through back down there, and from there though it starts just off Jumbo Road is where it originally started. There was you turned off Jumbo Road back up in there, I think, didn't you? Somehow it connected back through there. But anyway, we got to go along a segment of that today, and but
there's old trails and roads everywhere.
Yeah, but we wanted to show you the tree that we saw while we were out there, and see what you think about this. Really interesting tree. One thing it doesn't have though is a nose.
Definitely white oak.
There are some striations and things on it. You might see them in this video.
Okay.
It's really interesting. Really
Pretty
good
sure
size
that's the old route of
this way
the old
I'm
Wideman
pointing down
Road.
to the hollow there that
It went to Boswell.
maybe at one time portion of
Not all of it.
went along, but I know later, at least later, it went on along that ridge above us. Really neat tree.
Looks like
squirrely.
storm damage today.
It's very possible. Well, of course, definitely the top is storm damage, but definitely, it's very possible it's a deadfall produced tree. Very possible. But we are going to show it to Bob Doc when he comes up again. And
No
if I know Bob,
on
he's
this
going to
tree.
want to get the measurements and send them to the mountain stewards and see if they want to put it on the database. But anyway, it's really a cool tree. I thought it was neat. Rick didn't walk up to it, so he didn't get the awe effect of it, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
He didn't get the full effect.
I'm just now seeing it for the first time.
Up close, yeah.
Didn't feel like I could walk out through there.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that was the tree that Jeff had been telling me about, I guess. I mean, we hadn't talked to Jeff. That's around the location he told me where it was. He told us to go down there today and take a look at it. He wouldn't be there, but anyway, we did, and I think Bob's going to want to do it. To at least get the measurements for it and send it in to Don and them and see if they want to include that on the trail tree database. But I'm glad we got to go out there. We also stopped and looked at another tree, tried to look at another tree. We've located a tree along Highway 9, not very far, really, the way the crow flies from that tree, the tree we just looked at. But it's in kind of a location, and it's on private property. We know who owns it. We just got to get a hold of them so we can try to get up there and take a closer look at this tree. I believe it's going to be another tree that Bob's going to want to take care of as well. Anyway, yeah, trail trees.
Can I come in?
I guess it matters now. You can lay back and do a flip and get over there. This is my Uncle Larry who came in. Y'all met him on our last live stream.
Just slides right on through there.
All right. Okay. Trail trees.
I posted some, you know.
Oh,
just
did you?
I
Because
posted my pictures to
I spent the
the
last three.
grafted trees.
I spent the last 3 hours probably. We got out today, and I come home and zoned for about an hour, and then got on this. So I spent about 3 hours. So I haven't been on the Facebook page to check any anything. So I didn't see what you had posted. But did you post a picture of the tree on Highway 9? The one up
No.
on the hill up there? No.
No.
Not that.
But the grafted trees.
The grafted trees, right. And the reason we're going to talk about the grafted trees again, I know you're probably getting tired of us talking about the grafted trees, but they're important trees. They really are, because they cannot be explained away by deadfall or ice storm or whatever. They can't be explained away that way. That it's just, and you'll see why in a minute. We're going to show you this video. But the reason we want to talk about them now is because there has been some over the last couple of weeks, some pushback on the Facebook page to the idea that these trees were manipulated by human hand and not by nature, natural events. So we wanted to, after we went to Jeff's, and after we checked the other tree out, I told Rick to drive out to the grafted trees so we could get a good video that we could show you. And I'm going to go ahead and show this to you now. The reason we're showing this to you is to show you that these trees could not have been done by nature. So when you're explaining that, and there's big trees, man, they are big trees. I'm talking big trees. One of them's base is at least that big around. That's, probably 36 inches, the base of the tree. And that's not on the ground. That's, a little bit up from the ground.
It's not more.
The diameter is what I'm talking about. You can't explain these trees away, and I'll show you what I'm talking about right here. Let's watch this video. All right. Yeah, look here. Isn't that amazing?
That is 2 trees.
Yeah,
not
so
one.
2 trunks in the way.
Mm-hmm.
See that little knob on the hip of that tree? I guess you call that a hip, but it really doesn't have a place for a nose hip, because it's
And that open area is wide enough for me or Benny either one to crawl through. So it's pretty good size.
I did this all in one shot to let you know and see how close these are together. Now that tree's a good 18 to 20 inches in diameter at the base.
And it's got a
just
on
that.
it too. Same place the other one did.
I'm talking about this horizontal.
Yeah, me too.
Now this tree is probably 32 inches maybe in diameter at the base. As you can see, that comes along
That's
for
a second 90-degree turn on that.
right. There's 90-degree turn up, and it goes horizontal for about 8 feet or a little more, and turns 9 degrees horizontal to the left through the tree, where you can see them, where it was thrust through the tree when it was a sapling. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? You can see the other tree behind it there. Direct, straight line. So, those of you that are poo-pooing on the idea, or that you're just not convinced, and I've got to tell you, I'm not convinced that's what they are. That these are all trail trees either, because I am a skeptic, but I want to believe.
Well, we're not going to say that these made by Indians, but these were made by Sunday.
They definitely were. They were
That
made by
wasn't-
somebody. That was not natural.
That wasn't no tornado or hurricane or any ice storm.
So,
Not at all.
so what do you think? I'll go over here and go to see if I can open this page up. And by the way, hopefully next week we will have dual monitors up so we can keep a closer eye on these. Nobody's got any questions or anything about especially this this video of the
Wayne Hill, you need
grafted
to
trees.
study that and look at them.
Yeah, Wayne, if you're watching, we sure like to know what you think about those grafted trees. If you had never seen them in person, we're wanting to get these up where some of y'all that hadn't seen them could actually
Be amazed like we are.
right. Just so you would see that you can't just explain them away as being
They cannot just
natural.
be dismissed.
Right. That's right. But yeah, so those we wanted to get out there and get those that stuff for you and share this stuff with you tonight. Of course, 2 weeks ago, our last live stream, we had told you about Don Wells contacting us, and he's going to be coming through the area on his way to Colorado for a big weekend event the end of July of this coming year. And he wanted to stop in here for a couple of days, and so we are going to do an event. I've already gone ahead and made a little promo for it early on. We don't know the details yet. We'll fill you in on the details as they come together. But we're don't know if that's gonna be the name of it or not. But 2020 Trail Tree Symposium, and we can add a little addendum to that. He will also be doing a workshop on dowsing these ancient sites, if that's what they are. And talking a little bit about what he calls native science. Okay, that's if you've been paying attention to our trip with Bob Gott here a few weeks ago and everything, and some of the things we shared from Don and what Don said about the trees. He talks about native science, and he's going to be doing a lecture on that, and they're going to be doing a workshop on dowsing one day, and then the next day we're going to be doing a trail tree presentation. He'll be doing a trail tree presentation, and we'll probably organize something where we can, because one of the main reasons he's coming is to see the grafted trees, because and the rest of the Trail of Tears and Trail of Trees. Sorry, whatever we can get to, because we're going to be limited in time. He's got to leave by Wednesday after Wednesday noon in order to make it to Colorado in time for their event there that weekend. So the Trail Tree Symposium is going to be Monday, July 27th through Tuesday, July 28th, and may even go into Wednesday. We don't know yet. But yes, Monday and Tuesday, I know. That's the reason we're trying to give you a little heads up on it. We've got the dates. He's going to be coming. So if you're interested and want to be a part of this, you might want to take a day or two of vacation, or a day, depending on what. There'll be some of the workshop stuff will be at night. The lectures will be at night, so you don't have to do it for that. But if you want to be a part of the dowsing workshop, or want to be a part of the tour we'll take out to the grafted trees and things during that event, then you will probably need to take a day off, because it will be during the daylight hours. Okay, so we'll let you know the details on that. All right, so with that, that's really all we got tonight. All we really wanted to talk about. We'll try to be back next Sunday with a new live stream. We've got some new equipment coming. Like I said, we've got a new monitor that hopefully we'll have hooked up. I would like to get the studio a little bit changed around. We can't do everything we want to do in it now, get a studio a little bit changed around so it'll be a little more versatile here while during the holidays while got a chance to do some of that. But anyway, that's really all we got for tonight. Are there anybody have any questions? If you have any questions, mention them in the comments there. And before we go, we'll just tell you, please, if you're watching or if you watch this later on, please hit like, share it with your friends, share it on your own wall. Let's get some folks watching this. All right. So please check out our Hunka Hillbilly YouTube page. Hunka Hillbilly, Hunka Billy.
Yep.
Hunka Hillbilly, Hillbilly,
Have a blast
Hunka
of the past.
Hillbilly, right? Hunka Hillbilly, at YouTube. Okay, so check that out. We got all kinds of videos over there. I haven't started uploading them yet. I tell you, because of the service is so bad here, it takes like 2 or 3 hours to upload a 30 minute to an hour long live stream recording like this. So it's kind of tough when you can't keep an eye on it and things drop out and stuff. So but anyway, go over and check out our Hunka Hillbilly page. And I know because our service is so bad in this area that our live streams are glitchy and but hopefully we're going to try to start getting some of these uploaded to the Hunka Hillbilly YouTube page and then link those on the Facebook page where you can watch them without all of these glitchy things going on with the live stream. Okay. So anyway, Rick, anything? All right.
Nothing
Well, with that, I
good.
guess we'll just tell you good night. Don't forget Facebook page, our Hunka Hillbilly YouTube page, exploreizzard.blogspot.com. You can type in Exploring Izzard County in your browser and it'll come up. So please support these things and go check it out. All right.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays, all that stuff. Have a good evening and have a Merry Christmas.